Welcome. Welcome to the legal and ethical environment of business. This is Professor Guerra-Pujol from the University of Central Florida. What I'd like to do in this video is simply introduce the course to my students. We'll be talking about the legal and ethical environment of business. Now, this is a very broad topic. So what we'll be doing this semester is we'll be looking at Facebook, using Facebook as a semester-long case study in order to introduce the major areas of law and ethics. I've chose Facebook for a couple of reasons. One, it's such a large and successful and controversial company. With over 2 billion users, over 1 billion of those daily users. It's a company that provides a platform that has touched all of our lives. Whether you use Facebook, whether you use Instagram, or whether you use other forms of social media, both as users and from the business side, there's definitely a lot of legal and ethical, moral issues involved. Secondly, there's a great film called The Social Network that really delves into the founding of Facebook and presents those issues in a very entertaining manner. In fact, your first assignment, your first academic activity, is to either watch the movie or go ahead and read the script. I provided you a link in the web courses, and just tell me what you think the most important legal and ethical issues are. Now in this course, because we have a new format, we won't be attending lectures in class. I'll be filming short lectures such as the introductory lecture today and posting them on web courses, usually on Wednesdays. Today, like I said, I just want to introduce the course. And the course, what we'll be doing is we're going to be meeting 5 times. And I've therefore divided the class into 5 sections. And I provided something of an overview in the syllabus, but here let me say a little bit more. In the first part of the course, I really want to introduce you to the problem of sources of law. And to appreciate that question, we're going to be looking at FaceMash, a website, clandestine website that Mark Zuckerberg, when he was a sophomore at Harvard, created, and it got him into a lot of trouble. So what we're going to do is use that incident to look at various sources of law, including federal law. There's something called the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, for example, that makes hacking a federal crime. We'll be looking at state common law as well. For example, the tort of invasion of privacy, so we can distinguish common law from legislation such as federal law. And also we'll look at private ordering. For example, Harvard University has a honor code, and it is alleged that Zuckerberg may have, in creating FaceMash, may have crossed a variety of legal lines. In the second part of the course, we're going to be looking at what I call the law of ideas. And I think from a business perspective, this probably is the most important, one of the most important areas of law. Zuckerberg himself, when he created the original Facebook, back then it was known as the Facebook, he really created a lot of valuable forms of intellectual property, such as the source code that went into Facebook, copyrights. If you look on your syllabus on page 3, you'll notice the original homepage of the Facebook, and you'll notice a copyright symbol there at the bottom. Also, Facebook today is a world-famous trademark. So we'll be looking at those areas of law in the second part of the course. We'll also take a look at the allegation that Zuckerberg stole the idea of his fellow students when he created the Facebook. And so we'll look at trade secret law with particular care. In the third part of the course, I want to talk about corporate governance. This is another reason why I love to use Facebook as an example to teach business law, because Facebook began really as an idea in Mark Zuckerberg's head. You could say he was operating as a sole proprietor. And in fact, when he was in college, before he launched the Facebook, he was involved in multiple projects, as we'll see in this course. But as the movie, The Social Network, so dramatically depicts, he became partners with his best friend, Eduardo Saverin. And in fact, this is not unusual. Think of some of the most famous companies in the world, such as Apple or Microsoft, Google. They all began as partnerships among friends. In the case of Google, for example, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. In the case of Apple, the two Steves, right? Jobs and Wozniak. And of course, Microsoft, Paul Allen and Bill Gates. And so what makes Facebook so dramatic, though, is the partners are going to have a falling out. Facebook was really a short-lived partnership. What we're going to see in the course is that one of the critical strategic decisions, legal decisions that Eduardo Saverin makes is to change Facebook into a legal liability company. And in fact, a lot of small businesses are organized in the LLC format. So we'll be taking a close look at that. What are the advantages of the LLC as opposed to a partnership? But then quickly, as the movie shows, when Peter Thiel injects a $500,000 angel investment into Facebook, Facebook is set up as a Delaware company, a Delaware corporation, in fact. And it turns out that over 60% of Fortune 500 companies and over 50% of companies listed on publicly traded stock markets like the New York Stock Exchange are organized in Delaware. So we'll take a look at why. What are the advantages of being a Delaware corporation? Today, Facebook is a publicly traded Delaware corporation, and so we'll take a look at that and all the legal issues that entails. Now, in the third part of the course, we'll be looking at the litigation that Facebook was involved in early in its history. And in fact, litigation is something that all business firms have to take into account. There's always that risk of litigation. In the case of the Facebook, the movie has a very dramatic depiction of the events leading up to the lawsuit between Eduardo Saverin and Mark Zuckerberg. Also, of course, the litigation between the Winklevoss twins and their business partner, Divya Narendra, and Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook. So this is a great part of the course. We'll take a look at that litigation. I'll show you the original complaints and some of the documents that were filed in those lawsuits. And we'll take a look at whether Zuckerberg, why did he settle? And why do a lot of business cases end up settling? We'll also look at innovations in alternative dispute resolution. A lot of firms, Instagram, for example, if you take a look at the terms of use, you're going to see it has an arbitration clause. So we'll take a look at alternate dispute resolution methods as well in that part of the course. And we'll see how business firms such as Facebook take advantage of these alternative methods to channel disputes in that area. Now, in the fifth and final part of the course, since the movie is a little bit dated, it was released in 2010 and it's about the events leading up to the founding and growth of Facebook, I want to look at Facebook in modern business today. Specifically, a lot of the ethical conundrums and ethical controversy that Facebook, for example, is involved in. Most recently, for example, Facebook was accused of manipulating its users by conducting a secret psychology experiment without the express consent of the Facebook users. Even more recently, Facebook has been accused of censorship. For example, shutting down controversial website associated with Alex Jones, for example, a right-wing commentator. And in fact, Twitter, other social media platforms have had to face this. So that part of the course, we'll take a look at how the First Amendment relates to the business world as well. So those are the 5 main areas of the course. I want to make the course as relevant and engaging as possible. This is just a short introduction. In my next video, what I'll do is I'll go over the mechanics of the course and the details that are in the syllabus. Now, you can read this for yourself, but if you prefer that I go over it with you step by step, I'll certainly do that. For those of you who just want to read the syllabus, that's why I'm creating a separate video for that. So for now, really thank you for paying attention. I hope you enjoy this semester, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting you on the first day of class. Have a great day, and go Knights.